Come on, Harry Potter in the mix, guys.
Who abandons a rump? I haven't heard of that. Is it a thing?
I don't believe so.
Where do the professors... This cannot possibly be as difficult as it seems.
I suppose I'd be curious about it.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search. Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
How nice to see you.
Revelio.
I'd rather live it.
Always wondered what the other half Have you ever had a conversation?
I'm not encouraging you.
There's something in there. I just know.
Now here's Professor Fig. The Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly.
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me? Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet...
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Professor, a moment of your time. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only... you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when...
Of course.
A student.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boil.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather...
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
Professor Black, how are you, sir?
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children.
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
I should think you'd have better things to do with your time. Now, where's my elf?
Good day, Professor. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
I hope it's not about anything I've been doing.
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle. Supposedly, I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapade to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and
What? Goodness. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing... Good. Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig?
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Wait until Master sees what a wonderful job Scrope...
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
All of my relatives.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Revelio.
Good thing the military found him.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, but the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Next thing you know, it's unforgivable curses.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps...
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bick.
You know the Bickles? All right.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about... It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent...
What was in the note?
We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has hired... Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here...
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly, in an instant. He said, your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with... I've been able to cover for his requests until now, but I can't keep it out for much longer. I'm terrified.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredible. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak, but I feared Harlow's retaliation.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked...
Perhaps, but...
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against...
Before my extraordinary wife, as a surprise for her birthday, one day Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as I was shaken to my core.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again.
I suppose I have no choice. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
I'd take up herbology if it didn't involve so much time. If it thinks it's got rocks.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Christmas.
Natty must be around here somewhere. Revelio. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. Revelio. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Accio! 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 A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Better be sure I'm not seen. Confringo!
I've had enough of Feldcroft. Don't I? It's not gonna work. Using that girl as bait, Hammond's coming for her. We ought to just kill her. Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
I've raided Rockford more times than I can count. They're incapable of defending themselves.
Control.
Confringo! Repulsor!
Courage in a fall.
Not so tough there, are you? Reductor! Serves them right.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
It's not gonna work.
Expelliarmus! Depulso!
Potato! Reductor! Better next time!
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Potato! Depulso! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Depulso! Depulso!
You're no match for me.
Depulso! Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Rookwoods don't go down easy.
Expelliarmus! Confringo!
That's mine!
Bullshit. Electricity.
Incendio!
Incendio!
Expelliarmus!
You survived long
Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Are you even trying? First, you might want to look up.
Capolso! Protego! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Incendio!
No!
Expulso! Confringo!
To your knees!
Expulso!
Protego! Expulso!
Getting on my nerves!
Expulso!
Expelliarmus!
Ready to scurry back to Hogwarts? Barely felt it.
Incendio! Protego! Capolso!
Flash!
Capolso!
Inspiration!
Confringo!
Expulso! Really don't go down easy.
Expulso!
Incendio! Expulso! Protego! Incendio! That's the best you can do, is it?
Confringo!
Incendio! Expulso! Protego! Had you ordered Incendio! Expulso!
Capolso! Confringo! Oh, forever.
He's had all Incendio! Expulso!
Places! Expelliarmus! Capolso! Protego! Shame nobody saw that. The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back. Natty must be here somewhere.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Raven. He will tell you what you need to do.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be blocked by something. My wand is somewhere in this room. I can tell.
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Mr. Rabe's wand must be nearby if he can sense it from his cell. Mr. Rabe's wand! He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Revelio.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Lumos.
Lumos. Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade, in addition to abducting Mr. Rabe, to blackmail his wife.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking...
With all due respect, officer, the authority...
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ash... I must insist that you leave them to... Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Who lived here, I wonder? a Merlin trial when I see one.
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
Once we tell them about the Snidgets, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets and...
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No! Never! We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask. I can head to the library and start looking into... I'll let you know what I find.
Knowing Amit, he's likely studied here.
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented Super.
Revelio. Revelio. The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? That must be the pedestal. Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
This is my chance. I'm coming, Neve. I need to time this just right. I see. A staircase straight ahead. A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. They're gone, for now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them. Nothing this way, but more danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward. Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward. Now's my chance. That's the way forward. Can this be? I think I'm invisible. They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
But have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
I've never felt such power.
Depulso. Descendo. Bombarda. 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 Sepulchre. Descendo. Bombarda. Defender. Descendo. Depulso. Bombarda. Defender. Depulso. Bombarda. Defender. Depulso. Bombarda. Defender. Bombarda. Defender. Bombarda. Defender. Bombarda. Defender. Depulso. Bombarda. Bombarda. Defender. Bombarda. Defender. Bombarda. Defender. Depulso.
A simple stone. This must be for me.
Far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
I can't believe she's dead.
Dear, sweet Neve. Dead.
Neve! Why? May her memory be a treasure to us forever.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Well, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong
You
hands,
saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have. Young? I know.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory.
She was.
I found it disturbing.
It was disturbing. Although, I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who...
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know, he has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to...
I see. Nonetheless, then I shall require time to confer with...
It seems we have no... I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Is it...
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from...
Monstrous. The repositories.
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we...
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now.
I knew it would. I may have done too...
I shouldn't have reacted so bitterly about your goblin friend. I apologize. I hope we can finish what we started with the triptych. Please meet me at the southern coast. We can search for the final canvas piece.
I adore playing rhythm.
Well, that's very kind of you. I haven't been called Puffskein Dunking once since you brought me that venomous tentacular leaf. I think...
Revelio.
Hey, it's me, Gareth. You have a moment.
I have been meaning to speak with you.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact...
I don't blame her for being concerned. We have been involved in...
As the Ashwinders were locking me up and threatening my life... She has not. Harlow is as strong. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Mati...
What exactly happened?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone...
Galloping? Your father was also an animal?
He could become the most majestic giraffe. And he would carry... We were on our way home. When one of them saw me, just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted.
He didn't want you to identify him.
In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. And then he was gone.
Your fault?
He died protecting me. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but a few years later, we left to come.
I'm sorry, Natty.
He was. We all have our burden.
Yes, I remember.
Exactly. And once he is gone, we are making progress. Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Accio.
You should consider carrying a protection charm.
Hello, Mr. Moon.
Oh, great.
I actually have some moon.
Oh, I knew I could count on you.
I'll keep an eye out for more demiguise statues and see if I can bring you more moons.
You are to be commended for your bravery and valor. Especially since